Hello everyone! This time I'm going to make a small geode on a wall tile. But before I tell you more about it, I want to thank Jay because he supported me so much, and I can't tell you how grateful I am. So Jay, if you watch this video, thank you so much for what you did, and yeah, it helps me to get the supplies to make my art, so thanks a lot. So back to the video. I use a wall tile, a ceramic wall tile of 25 by 35 centimeters, and the only thing I did is clean it with some alcohol, taped the back and the sides, and yeah, I'm also going to test some new materials. What I already did is I put some small clear rhinestones on my towel, and they are 4 millimeters. Very nice rhinestones. Yeah, first I'm pouring some clear on top of my towel, and on top of the clear line I put these rhinestones. And I'm also going to use two different shades of purple. This is the violet one, and it's larger than the clear rhinestones I already have in the corner. These are 8 millimeters, and yeah, I want to see how they hold up in the resin, and I like the texture of it, and they are very shiny. So I'm making some lines with these rhinestones, and in between I'm going to pour some colored resin. So there will be several tests in this project. First the rhinestones, because I never used them before, but also a mica powder, very cheap, gold colored mica powder I'm going to test. And also some other texture I'm going to add. I'm going to test that also. But you can see that later in the video. I also see that the video is not focused, but yeah, that will get better later in the video. I don't know how that happened, but it's not totally sharp. But you can see what I'm doing. So I'm pouring first a line, and on top of that I'm placing the rhinestones with my stirring stick. And I also want to thank the people that gave me some feedback on my new intro. I appreciate it a lot if I get feedback. This is also a very nice color. It's another shade of purple. And yeah, I think these two shades are looking very well together. And I tape the sides because if I pour resin on top of my tile, I want to have my design stay on the tile, not that it flows over the sides. So that's why I'm taping the sides. So again in the corner some smaller rhinestones, the same size as I have in the other corner. Yeah, I'm adding more rhinestones, or not crystals, rhinestones. And all the materials I'm using are listed in the beginning of this video, but also in the description box. And that is for the whole video, because I will need to let something dry in between. But all the materials in this video are in the beginning of the video, but also in the description box with all the links to the websites where I buy my materials. So if you want to see that, then you can check out the description box. Yeah, this is another size of rhinestones. These are the largest ones, and these are 10 millimeters, and they are clear, very nice. So also a line of that size. So I turned my towel because now I can work on it a little bit better. And so you can see I'm using a kind of material, and this material I can make some crackling texture. And I taped the area where I only want this texture, and with a palette knife I'm applying a layer on top of my tile, and it's called Viva Decor crackling paste in the color bronze. And yeah, you can apply this layer of 1 millimeter till 4 millimeters. The thicker you apply the layer, the larger the cracks will be. So I'm going to um, have in some places a thicker layer than in other places, so that the cracks will be not all the same, that they are different in some places. So I apply it with my palette knife, and I don't know if this is going to work in resin because I never used it before. I saw it from another artist, and her name is Stefanie. It's a German artist. She also has a website, so I will add the link of her website in the description box so you can check that out. And yeah, I find it so nice to add this kind of texture in a geode. So that's why I'm testing it on a smaller piece. And you need to let this dry for about 1 day, 24 hours, and then the cracks will appear. So yeah, I'm very curious if this is going to work, but we will find out. And I'm going to show you how the jar looks like. There you can see it. Yeah, the crackling paste needs to dry, but I'm also going to add some iridescent white flitter flakes. It's not glitter flakes, but flitter flakes. Yeah, it's a weird name, but yeah, it's called this way. And I'm making a line next to the rhinestones. I think that would look nice. And I made it very thick, so I poured a little bit of resin on top of the flitter flakes, and with my stirring stick I'm making a line next to my rhinestones to give it more sparkle. And also the iridescent, I like that very much. Yeah, and about the crackling paste, I don't know if it will stick onto a tile, but we will see if it does. And yeah, the tape, I'm going to remove the tape after a few hours of drying. That it's not totally dry, but after a few hours, because yeah, then I don't yeah, how do you say that in English? Then I don't tear any parts away from the crackling paste. Yeah, and after I apply the flitter lines, I need to let this dry for at least 1 day, because then the crackling paste is dry, and also my glitter lines are dry then. And then I can fill in the gaps between the rhinestones. But I'm very curious if that crackling paste works, and if I get nice cracks. Because if I get the cracks, then the white color of the tile will shine through, and that's what I'm liking it about it. Because you can also paint the area where you put the crackling paste in a color that you want the cracks to be. So if you paint that area gold, then the cracks will be in a gold color. But I want them white. I think that would look nice. Yeah, also a line next to the larger rhinestones. And that crackling paste you can get in different colors. You can get it in silver, bronze, gold, white and black. But I'm using the bronze color. I think that's a very warm color. And it's metallic, so that's nice. So I'm almost done with my lines, and then I will let this dry for 24 hours, what I already said, and then we will see if I got the cracks that I wanted. Yeah, it has dried, and I got the cracks, and I'm very pleased with this because it looks so beautiful. You can't see it that much in the video, but at the end I'm going to show you one close-up, then you can see it much better. And at the moment I'm pouring some clear on top of it, because I need to seal that in. And I'm also going to pour some clear over my flitter lines. And you can also see that I have different cracks. So where I applied more of the crackling paste, the cracks are larger. And I'm starting with a white color. That's the white color of Eli-Chem, the region solid white, next to my glitter lines. And what I already said, I'm also going to use a very cheap gold mica powder. I want to see how that works in the resin. So for that area I'm going to fill in the gaps between the rhinestones with white and gold, and I will let that flow into each other. And this color, that's the Resi-Metal Bronze. Very nice color. Looks the same color as the crackling paste. And also there the white, and I'm going to let also bleed that into each other. So next to the crackling paste, the Resi-Metal Bronze. more clear. Yeah, and now I'm pushing the resin against each other so that it can flow into each other. Also the white color next to the purple rhinestones. And this is the Nebula Violet of Resi, very sparkly color, it's metallic. And I'm going to pour a line next to the purple rhinestones. Again the white. More clear on top of the crackling paste. Yeah, I think that gives a nice look to the piece. Yeah, I'm pushing the resin against the rhinestones that I don't have any white gaps in the line. Again, I'm pushing the resin against each other into the violet, the Nebula Violet of Resi. Yeah, I'm adding more gold because it's disappearing in my white, so I need more gold there. So now some heat to make the resin more liquid so that it can flow a little bit better into each other. And now I'm dragging some Resi-Metal Bronze into the white. And I'm using a stirring stick for that. It's also an experiment. The whole piece is almost an experiment because I want to try out different things and see what kind of effects I can get with it. And I'm also doing that with the other bronze line. And what I also want is that the white and the bronze color flow a little bit over the crackling paste. I think that looks natural. I like that, and it also gives me some depth in the piece. And the torch for the air bubbles. Yeah, I want more bronze color into my white because I don't like straight lines. I want to let it bleed into each other. I like that more. It gives me different shades of bronze, and yeah. But that's all taste. Adding more Nebula Violet because also that got lost in my white. The torch to see if I put heat on it, what kind of effects I can get. So you can see, yeah, I have different effects. And I'm also experienced that the white is flowing a little bit too much over my crackling paste. So I'm going to push it back into the white so that the crackling paste will show more. And I'm also taking away some resin. Yeah, it can flow a little bit over my crackling paste, but not that much. So you can see I'm using a stirring stick to push the resin back into the white. And this way the bronze color will show a little bit more. Yeah, I also want more gold into my white, and I'm using now a silicone spoon. I like these spoons very much because you can clean them very easy. And I also will put the link of these spoons in the description box. So I'm dragging it into the white. There you can see it. Yeah, and I do the same with the purple because I want the purple to show more. So I'm using the spoon and drag the purple color into the white. And I'm also going to do that with the other line. There you can see it. And every time I clean the spoon, yeah, this way I think it looks more natural. Now I'm not cleaning it, I'm going to blend the white and the purple into each other, that I get different shades of purple. The torch again for the air bubbles. Yeah, and again I'm pushing the resin back because it covers too much of my crackling paste and I don't like that. So I am trying to fix it, and I'm not worried that it's not flat anymore because it will get a clear coat. So I'm taking away some of the resin. It can flow over it a little bit, but not too much. And the spoon works very well for this. So I'm almost done, and then we can go to the end result. So this is how it looks after drying. It has a clear coat now, so it's all good. And I like the blending of the colors, and also that the white bronze color lays on top of the crackling paste. And it works great, and it gives a nice look to the piece. And I think my experiments worked. Also those flitter lines, the iridescent white flitter lines, look great next to the rhinestones. Also those rhinestones were an experiment, and yeah, they look great. There you can see it in a nice purple color. And also um, the stripes I made into the white, I like that also a lot. And there you can see the crackling paste already. It has a nice sheen over it. It's a bronze color. And also the gold mica powder, the cheap gold mica powder, yeah, it works really well into the resin. It also mixes very well in the resin. So I'm going to test that a little bit more in a larger piece. And also the crackling paste I want to use again for a larger piece, but I like it very much. And also the white bronze color flow over the crackling paste. It gives a nice depth to the piece. So if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up for this video. I also set up my Etsy shop. The link of my Etsy shop is also in the description box. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.